Today's date is May 6th, 2018. I'm excited to say that in less than a month, I and millions of other high school seniors will be donning my cap and gown to receive my long-awaited diploma. These past few years have been full of excitement, learning, and preparing for exactly what I want to do next year. In my research to determine the best post-secondary option for myself, I conducted research on numerous different options. What I determined is that attending a four-year university is not the best choice for every student. Today, I will be discussing the availability of non-university education programs, the difference between a four-year university and two-year university, and finally, the return on investment for different types of education. I hope you will all realize that four-year universities are not the most effective option for every student, and I hope you will choose to consider all options when you're making this decision yourself or helping another to do so. As students, we are often told that attending a university is the only way we can be successful in our career. In fact, authors Poynton and Lapon published their original findings in the Journal of Counseling and Development. These findings stated that 81% of a group of high school sophomores stated that their plans post-graduation were to attend a four-year university. They believed this was the only way they could be successful in their career. What these students and many others fail to realize, though, is the availability of non-university education. One example of this is a non-university certification. A comprehensive look on the costs of college education found in Going Broke by Degree by Richard Vedder states that these certification programs are more specified and much more efficient than attending a university. One example it gives is a Microsoft certification. This is essentially a rough equivalent of receiving a bachelor's degree in computer science. The difference is that the certified individual is working in under a year and not putting a vast portion of their income towards student loans. This will not only give the student a sense of accomplishment, but will alleviate the stress that comes with being in debt. Another pathway for non-university education can be found in company-based training programs. These training programs are put on by companies who are educating their future employees. These are highly beneficial for students because they know that at the end of this program, they will have a job waiting for them. And they also know that they are being taught the skills that are necessary to succeed within that company. So these non-university certifications and company-based training programs allow students to forego university while also ensuring their career success. Although these non-university options are an excellent choice for many students, some still intend to earn a degree. An important distinction to realize with university education is the difference between a two-year university and a four-year university. Most people believe that attending a four-year university will give you more options than a two-year. In fact, an article published by the National Public Radio just last month gives an interview by a director of career and technical education, Kate Kramer. She states that there's this perception of the bachelor's degree from a four-year university being the American dream, giving you the best bang for your buck. However, this is simply not the truth. In fact, the Bureau of Labor Statistics states that there are over 30 million jobs in America with an average salary of over $55,000 that do not require a bachelor's degree from a four-year university. With this in mind, it can be a much smarter option for many students to obtain an associate's degree from a two-year university. This type of education can be especially beneficial for those individuals who are undecided on their major. Then they can attend these two-year schools for the first few years after high school graduation. This gives them the ability to continue to consider what exactly they want to do with their career while saving money along the way. Then they have the option to transfer those credits from a two-year school to a four-year one if that's what they decide is best for them. Two-year schools can also be especially important for those individuals who require remedial classes. Education specialists Arthur Cohn Florence Breuer and Carrie Kisker wrote a book titled The American Community College. This book stated that there has been an increasing number of lower ability students among community college entrants. These two-year schools have recognized this and strive to make their curriculum more compatible for all types of students. So, attending a two-year university can be a better option for some students than a four-year university because it provides a more individualized education while also giving them a multitude of opportunities. Now, one factor that most people consider with their post-secondary plans is cost. What most people fail to consider is their return on investment. Most people believe that attending a four-year university, although the cost is very high, is worth the investment. In fact, financial specialist Dave Ramsey states that many Americans refer to student loans as good debt. However, this is simply not the case. In many situations, the early return on investment for two-year universities and non-university options is higher than four-year universities. This is because of the ability of two-year schools to be more adaptive to the economy. The American Community College states that these two-year universities have the ability and are more likely to respond to changes in the economy and changes in the community. This means that students are being educated for career paths that actually have job openings. This is a far better outlook than the 1 in every 4 individuals with a bachelor's degree who is now overqualified for their job. This means that they have paid a lot of money to receive a degree they are not using. Not only is this true, but they're also having difficulties repaying these student loans. In fact, an article titled Tackling Tuition by Robert Fillion stated that in 2010, the sum total of American student loan debt surpassed that of credit card debt for the first time in history. This shows that four-year universities do not necessarily have as great of a return on investment than most people think. So today I discussed the fact that four-year universities are not the most effective option for many students. I mentioned that although most people believe receiving a degree is the only way to ensure career success, there are multiple non-university options which can do this. Additionally, I spoke about the difference between two-year and four-year schools. Many people believe that attending a four-year university gives you more options than a two-year. This is not the case because two-year schools give you millions of job opportunities while also allowing you to save money. And finally, I spoke about the return on investment for most schools. Although many people believe that four-year universities have a great return on investment, it is actually shown that two-year schools and non-university options can have a high return on investment, and even higher in some cases than four-year. So I hope you now all realize that attending a four-year university is not the best option for every student. And as you count down the days to graduation, I hope you will choose to consider all options. Thank you.